Let's go, people. Back by popular demand. It's the barber, the better. Here to bring you some more winners this week. Let's get this money.
So this week starts off overseas. We going to Germany. We got the Giants facing the Panthers. The Giants are favored by 6.5. The over-under is 40.5. How you feel about this one, Comissh?
Man, I wish I had 2 more hands so I could give it 4 thumbs down. This game is trash. Like, no, I don't know, man. But I gotta go Giants in this game. Like, I'm done with the Panthers, man. You already know. Every time I go with them, I lose. Every time I go against them, I lose. But I'm just gonna stay fading them. They're done. They want to get high draft picks. You know what I mean? The Giants still got a little bit of pride. They're still playing for it. Daniel Jones, Dable and them. They're still playing. That's what I think. I mean, plus, who is Bryce Young throwing to? Like, they got rid of Deontay Johnson.
They got the rookie Leggett. Maybe Thielen if he comes back, but they're not trying to win.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say at this point we probably sleep through, just wake up and catch the score. But I go Giants on this one. I think they're going by a touchdown.
You know, I just want to apologize to the fans in Germany, man. The NFL is trying to expand overseas, and they're giving them these trash games. We got the Giants versus the Panthers. We have the Jaguars versus the Patriots. Mm-hmm. This is just it's just bad, man. But I'm gonna rock I'm gonna rock with the Panthers, man. Just because, not because I like it, not because I'm actually gonna touch this game when it comes to it, but I don't know. I needed an underdog on my slip, man. So you know, I think I just think they're 2 bad teams. Sometimes when it comes down to that, it gets a little closer. I don't know. 6.5 points is a lot, but this game is trash. On to the next.
Game 2 on the slate, we got the Patriots going to Chicago. Patriots getting 6.5, over under 38.5. Who you got?
Another bad game, man. You know, the Bears were supposed to be better than what they are. I'm not sold on Caleb at all. I'm gonna rock with the Patriots in this one. Again, not because I like it, but just because the Bears have just been winding down, spiraling out of control since that loss in Washington against the Commanders. They came off of that. They came and got their ass whooped by Arizona. I think that they could win this game. It's back at home, Soldier Field, but I don't know that they're going to win it by 6.5 points. So I'm going to rock with the Patriots to cover.
Yeah, I went the other way. Not crazy about it, but I mean, especially when you got, you know, like DJ Moore walking off the field.
Yeah, it's a bad news over there.
0-0 game. Like, and you seen her earlier, remember, he had the clip. He's like, about Caleb, he's like, he can't do it, man. He can't do it. He's trying to tell the coaches. So I don't really think that Moore's feeling Caleb like that. But I also think that's why I think he's going to try to feed him more. Like, they always do that. You know, like quarterbacks, especially the young ones, when they got the vet, they try to keep him happy. So I think Caleb's going to have a big game this week on DJ Moore. I'll take the Patriots to lose by a touchdown. Coming off back-to-back road games, coming off that overtime game. You know, that's why we're going with that. Let's go Chicago again. Not crazy about it, but it is what it is.
Next up on the slate, we got the Buffalo Bills heading down to Indianapolis to play the Colts. The Bills are favored -3.5. The over/under is 47.5. How you feel about this one?
I'll take the Bills. I'll lay 3.5. You know what I mean? I feel good about that. I think the game's gonna be a shootout. I like a lot of points in this game. I think Joe Flacco's gonna look better than he looked last game, but I just don't think it's gonna be enough firepower to keep up with him. I think Josh Allen's gonna go crazy in this game. Again, another reason to take the Bills is that the Colts center is out on the IR, so he's out at least 4 to 6 weeks IR. That's huge, losing your center on offense, especially in just 1 week to prepare. That's going to be a big deal for them. But again, Flacco should still help out Downs, you know, Pittman, all those guys get the ball more. So those guys should still help their stats, but I'll take the Bills. How about you?
I'm going to rock with the Bills too, man. They let me down last week, man, but they're going to pick me up this week. I know it, man. Josh Allen's going to go crazy. I agree with that. I think that the Bills are going to take advantage of this opportunity because I know they're looking at their schedule and it doesn't get any easier. They got to go up against the Niners, the Rams, the Lions coming up, the Chiefs. So they're going to take advantage of this opportunity. I think they'll win by at least a tutty, but they'll cover for sure.
All right, next, game 4 on the slate, 1 o'clock. Minnesota heads to Jacksonville. Minnesota's giving 7, over under 44.5. What you thinking is?
Another game I'm not too crazy about, but I'm going to rock with the Vikings. I know that's a lot of points. The line moved from 4.5 when it was announced that Trevor Lawrence is probably not playing. It's more than likely going to be Mac Jones. But I still like the Vikings with the points. The Jags are still terrible, no matter who they put at quarterback. Christian Kirk is out. Travis Etienne is a shell of what he used to be. He's hobbled up with injuries. So I just think for that reason, I'm going to take the Vikings because I just don't think the Jaguars have any answers for what the Vikings do well. But again, another game I'm not too fond of. How you feel?
I'm going to take Jacksonville. Part of it's just because I was looking to fade the public a little bit, but it's more because I don't think that this year Trevor Lawrence is bigger when the line went from 4.5 to 7. I don't think he makes, 2.5 point difference, Trevor Lawrence. Like, he hasn't showed it this year. I think Mac Jones been waiting. He's waiting to probably prove himself. Like, he's going to come out hungrier. He's one of the more people that got something to play for. So, and then if Trevor Lawrence does play, then you just got the line at 7 when it was going to be 4.5. So either way, I think it's more value in taking the Jaguars. I'll take the Jaguars getting the 7.
Next up on the slate, we got a division game. We got the Broncos heading to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored -7.5. The over/under is 41.5. How you feel about this one?
I think I'll take the Chiefs in this one. I think, I don't know. I just think the Chiefs is too much for them. I think they weren't going to keep up with the offense of the Chiefs. The Chiefs are starting to click. Bo Nix is all right. I think they're going to be there. But again, it's in Kansas City. You know what I mean? So they're not getting the altitude, all of the home field advantage you get for Denver. So I think they're going by 10. You know what I mean? Kansas City, even though they're notorious for not covering. I'm going to go Chiefs on this one.
I'm going to rock with you, man. I'm rocking with the Chiefs. It's crazy when you're talking about an undefeated team and you're saying they're just now catching their stride. D-Hop showed us that even at his old age and off the PEDs, he can still produce. Travis Kelce, 14 receptions on a Monday night. The Chiefs are rolling right now, and I feel like they've been waiting to whoop someone's ass. And the Broncos are just going to be that team that's in the way of that, man. And they're going to come out. I think they're going to come out. I think the Broncos are going to get smoked. And actually, the Chiefs are surprisingly 5-3 against the spread this year. So even though they're historically bad this season, they haven't been bad. So I'm going to rock with the Chiefs to cover. Big Chiefs.
Yeah. Hopefully, it depends on no swing this week because it is gonna bounce out. The Chiefs are gonna hurt you long term betting on them. I just don't think this is the week. You know what I mean? I think this is a good spot to take the Chiefs.
Let's go.
And on the slate, game number 6, 1:00. We got Atlanta heading to New Orleans, laying 3.5. Over/under 46.5. Division battle. What you thinking?
I'm rocking with Kirko, man. I'm going with the Falcons in this one, man. I think the Saints are just all set. They fired their coach. They've lost all their receivers. Chris Olave is definitely not playing this week. Derek Carr was throwing them hospital balls last week. Derek Carr's trash. The Saints were sellers at the trade deadline. They got rid of their best player in Marshawn Lattimore, in my opinion, outside of Alvin Kamara. But it's done for the Saints. Stick a fork in them. I'm rocking with the Falcons.
Yeah, Olave's 5 concussions, right? They talk about Tua. That boy got 5. Nobody even talks about it. It's crazy, right? Nobody tell him to stop playing, right? Everybody talks about Tua. But yeah, I think for a couple reasons I'm going to go New Orleans on this. One is the hype after the coach. Like, after the coach gets fired in every sport, like, you know what I mean? It seems like at least that next game they get one for the coach. They get all fired up. You know what I mean? Right? But you could tell they didn't like the coach in the locker room. There's a bunch of stuff coming out on social media. Players coming back. Nobody has support for them. So I think this week they'll get up big. The coach that they went to is a special teams coach. Those guys is always amped. Yeah. So this should bring something to the table. Division game. If they can't get up for this, they're not gonna. You know what I mean? I think it's 3.5 right now. If I was you, I'll wait because most likely it's gonna go to 4 by game time. Everybody's gonna start going on Atlanta heavy, so you should be able to get it at 4. I'll take New Orleans at the 4. Also love Alvin Kamara anytime touchdown. That's going to hit.
Next up on the slate, we got the 49ers headed east to Tampa Bay. The Niners are favored -5.5. The over/under is 50.5. How you feel about this one?
I think it's a prime spot for the Niners. I like this. Niners coming off a bye week. You know what I mean? I think Tampa, they gave everything they had last game against the Chiefs. Like, they left it all out there on the field. Like, then coming off of the overtime game, short week on a Monday night, is prime for San Fran. And then McCaffrey coming back, that should lift the team up. Like, everything is just aligning for San Fran. It should be an easy win for San Fran. I like San Fran to win big on this one. How about you?
I agree. Niners are going to come out. I think they're going to kill it. I really do think that those Buccaneers injuries are going to start to show themselves. K. Dotton will still get his. That boy's the truth. I'll stand by that. but I do believe that those injuries will start to show themselves. The Niners, like you said, are in a great spot. They're coming off of a bye week. Let guys get healthy. I think Kittle's going to cook. Debo's going to cook. And with CMC back, even at 50-60%, is still in the top tier of running backs in the NFL. Niners big. Take it.
Game number 8 on the slate. We got the Steelers heading to Washington to face the Commanders. Steelers giving 2.5. Over under 46.5. What you think?
I'm rocking with the Commanders, man. They're at home. I know the Steelers made some good moves at the trade deadline, but like we've seen with a lot of other teams, it usually takes a little bit, especially for the offensive pieces to gel. I do think that adding the boy from Green Bay is going to help their defense off rip, but the Commanders are on fire, man. At home, Jaden Daniels, my rookie of the year, MVP conversation. They're killing it right now. I'm going to rock with them.
Yeah, this game was tough to choose. I ended up going with the Steelers. All the stuff, Tomlin off a bye, Tomlin as the underdog, and it's just, I don't know, it seems like just in the market, you're buying high on Washington. Like, everybody's so high on Washington right now. The hype is big as it's going to be on Washington, and most of it is due, to be honest. Like, they're worth granted all of it, but I just think you're buying high on them. I'll take the Steelers getting 2.5.
Moving on to the 4 o'clock games, we got the Titans going to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 7.5 points. The over-under is 38.5. How you feel about this one?
I don't really got too much on this game. Take Chargers. Chargers over 8.5. Not too much to talk about, really.
Titans suck. Chargers big. Next.
Bro. Game number 10 on the slate. 4:25 Eastern Time. The Jets heading to Arizona. Jets minus 1.5. Over under 46.5. What you thinking about this game, man? Huh?
As we've said, man, I don't bet on the Jets, and I don't advise people to bet on the Jets. You know how I feel about how them covering is just the hardest thing to do.
Your outfit says different.
But if ever there was a time, put it on the Jets. We here, boy. Super Bowl is back on. The first half was a little bit iffy, but we back. Garrett out here leaving. Adidas is scared he's going to leave him for Jumpman. He's out here making crazy catches one-handed. Devontae Adams and A-Rod got their groove back. We're here. All right, Arizona, James Conner might get his little rocks off. Joe Mixon did too, and what happened? What happened? Kyler, what you going to run around with your little baby legs? Go ahead, yo. You're going to get a little yards. We out here, baby. A-Rod going to head to the desert early. Get him a little ayahuasca. Trip out a little bit in the desert. Get his little coyote on. We bringing this one home. Super Bowl's on. Big Jets. Let's go.
Yep. And that Call of Duty heavy right now, too. So,
yeah, man. Yes, sir. Kyler's preoccupied.
I know my son on that Call of Duty. So, all they on that Call of Duty right now. Kyler's busy, man.
He got
other opportunities going on, so, but now I think Jets, I think they start to get it clicking. Again, this is another where you're kind of buying a little bit low on the Jets because they haven't really lived up to expectations, and everybody's where Arizona's pretty much soaring right now, number 1 in the division. But let's see, I like the Jets. They also had a long week, a lot more time.
Had that mini bye, 10 days. We was outside, getting our bodies right, getting our minds right. Super Bowl's a long way away, but we riding, baby. Let's go.
Jets.
Next up, we got the Eagles headed to Dallas playing the Cowboys in Jerry's World. The Eagles are favored by 7 points. The over-under is 42.5. How you feel, Comissh?
Man, I believe it or not, I don't bet on the Cowboys games, but I'll take Dallas in this game with the 7. It's just more because the Eagles and Sirianni, they let the Jaguars hang around and couldn't cover last week. It's like Sirianni tries to lose the game. You know what I mean? The guy's going for 2 every play. If they do dumb shit like that, then the Cowboys should be able to hang in there. Plus, I think Cooper Rush gives them another element, maybe a little bit of spark just off the bat. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm not betting on this game, but I'll take the 7 in the NFL division game.
Yeah, I went the other way. I went with Philly just because, the Dak is looking like he's headed to the IR. CD's banged up. Zeke don't even like being home. It's just looking ugly in Jerry's World right now from my perspective. And you're right about the coach. He was definitely trying to lose that game to Jacksonville. But I guess if there's ever a time to be cute, it's against Jacksonville, right? So I'm going to take the Eagles minus the 7. I don't love it, but what are you going to do? For the Sunday night game, 8:20, we got the Lions headed to Houston. The Lions are favored minus 3.5. The over-under is 48.5. How you feel about this one?
I like Houston this one, man. I actually like Houston a lot in this game for a few reasons. You know, with the points, I don't know necessarily they're gonna win the game, but I like them to keep it a field goal game. I mean, one thing is Houston's coming off of a longer break, you know, to get prepared. You know, they had the Thursday night game they're coming off of, so they got more time to get ready. It's a Sunday night at home. The place should be rocking. Everybody's on Detroit. It's like Detroit's like a Super Bowl team. Like when they come to your house, everybody's ready for them. The team gets more pumped for them. And then I also think Detroit left a lot of it on the field last week against Green Bay. Even though it wasn't that hard of a game, I think that was a huge win for them, like emotionally wise. And then you got Detroit coming off the back-to-back road game. So now they're on the road. You know, a lot of teams don't fare as well coming back-to-back road weeks. So I'm gonna take Houston on this one. Again, I feel pretty confident on Houston on this one too. What you think?
I went the other way. I'm rocking with Detroit. I think the freight train keeps rolling. I think Montgomery and Gibbs are the best 1-2 punch in the backfield in the NFL right now. Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown haven't had an incompletion since September. It's been 2 months since they haven't connected. They're 30 for 30 on targets right now. It's unreal. And they're playing with teams. They're throwing touchdowns to offensive linemen. Like it's really looking easy for them. And I think it's actually a testament that they've been on the road those 2 games and the way that they've played. I think that the team it just travels well. I think they're going to go to Houston and be able to win by the 4.
See, in the moment you've all been waiting for, everybody's favorite part of the show, the Big Bet Jet Parlay. Time to get rich. Let's go.
Let's go. So for this week's Big Bet Jet Parlay, we got 6 legs plus 1567. Now we're moving lines around, so pay attention and let's get it. We got the Buffalo Bills minus 2.5, the Kansas City Chiefs minus 5.5, the Atlanta Falcons minus 1.5, San Francisco 49ers minus 3.5, the Washington Commanders money line, and the Detroit Lions minus 2.5. 6 legs plus 1567. You put $10 on it, it's 156. You put 100, you bring it home 1500. Lock it in, and let's get this money, baby.
All right, and for the play today, let's keep it nice and simple. James Cook, anytime touchdown, minus 115. Lay 115 to win 100. Nice and easy. James Cook scores, you can stop watching the game. Let's go. For the parlay, 3 simple legs. First leg of the parlay, in the Bills and Indianapolis game, over 46.5. That shouldn't be a problem. Josh Allen's going to go crazy. Second leg, San Fran minus 3.5. San Fran won by a touchdown, no problem. Third leg, Houston plus 6.5. Houston will keep this game close. There's even a chance they might win. I wouldn't mind sprinkling some on the money line. But those 3 legs, it'll be plus 344. Put 100 to win 344. Thank you tomorrow.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Remember, only gamble what you can afford to lose. Never chase your losses. Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
And as always, thank me tomorrow.